Track 1. Welcome to Read and Speak Chinese. This program will introduce you to the standard Mandarin Chinese in easy-to-follow steps. Through activities and games, you will learn to read and speak basic Chinese in less time than you thought possible. This recording is designed to complement your book. You will find listening activities, interactive games, speaking activities, and importantly, you will find the words and phrases which appear in your book within the panels marked keywords. Let's begin with a short introduction to the sounds of Chinese. Listen to this track once through, and then move on to the first topic in the program. When you need to, play this introduction again and refer to the reference section in your book as you progress through the topics. Many Chinese letters are pronounced in a similar way to the English equivalents. Other sounds may seem unfamiliar at first and look strange in the official Chinese pinyin romanized spelling. But as you hear them in the meaningful words and phrases, you will develop an ear for how to produce them. There are 5 consonants and 3 vowels that are particularly unfamiliar to English speakers. The 5 consonant sounds are z, c, qi, xi, and zhi. As with most other Chinese consonants, they appear at the beginning of a syllable only. Most of these sounds can be found in English words, although some only occur at the end of an English syllable. Let's look at them one by one. The first one, z, is the same as the ending of the English lids, kids, ads.
再见，早上。
The second syllable c can be associated with the English combination ts, as it is almost the same as the sound at the end of lots, lets, its, bits.
餐馆，菜单。
This sound is rather confusingly written as a C in pinyin transcription, but you will need to disassociate the Chinese C from the K sound in English. Two other letters to watch out for in Chinese are the pinyin Qi, which represents a sound close to the English ch, as in chimney, but with the tip of the tongue lower and the shape of the lips flatter. Very much like you would say cheese in front of a camera.
请，前面。
Likewise, xi is very close to sh, as in ship, or sheet, rather like a whistling kettle.
小，新，学校。
The sound written in pinyin as zh is actually closer to the English dr, as in drove, with the r element subdued. Listen carefully.
中国，车站，照直走。
Chinese also has a R sound as an initial consonant. Again, this is slightly different than the English initial R sound. The position of your tongue is the same as when you pronounce the English R, but the shape of the lips is different. The English R is pronounced with round and protruding lips, but when you produce the Chinese R, your lips should remain unmoved.
中国人，星期日，让我来。
The three unfamiliar vowels are I, and Ü. Is like the English sound in her or fur, but without the R element.
车、喝、这。
There are two versions of the Chinese I sound. The first is the same as the long I, as in field or niche. For example, 你 means you, and 弟弟 means younger brother. The second version, which is harder for a beginner, is the E that appears after certain consonants, namely Z, C, S, Zh, Ch, Sh, and R. This E is more or less there for cosmetic reasons, and barely pronounced at all. Just say the consonant louder and longer, with the relevant tones, and you have the sound. Listen to the following.
吃、诗、知、思。
Finally, the Chinese vowel Ü cannot be easily compared with any English sound. The closest equivalent in English is in maneuver or pneumonia, but the tip of your tongue should be lower and the shape of the lips should be flatter. Listen to these examples.
鱼、女、绿。
No introduction to the sounds of Chinese would be complete without a closer look at the tones. Chinese is a tonal language. Every syllable in Chinese has its own tone. 普通话, or Mandarin Chinese, has 4 distinct tones. Well, 5 actually, if the neutral tone is included. This means that syllables which are pronounced the same but have different tones will mean different things. For example, ma, pronouncing the first tone means mother. In the second tone, ma, means numb or tinkling. In the third tone, ma, means a horse, but pronounced in the fourth tone, ma, means to tell off. So, in an extreme case,
妈妈、妈妈吗？
means, is your mother telling off the horse? But don't worry, all of the 4 tones fall within your natural voice range. You don't have to have a particular type of voice to speak Chinese. The 4 tones are: first tone, high and level.
八、
Second tone, rising.
把、
Third tone, falling, rising.
把、
Fourth tone, falling.
爸。
In our book, we don't include the tone marks, as in most cases the context will prevent you from being misunderstood. For example, 参观 can be pronounced with both syllables in the first tone. 参观 meaning to visit. But it can also mean a restaurant if the second syllable is changed to the third tone, 餐馆. But this difference can easily be resolved by the context. Try copying the tones on these words.
机场、学校、酒店、银行、餐馆、车站、停车场、桥。
So now you are ready to take your first steps in Chinese with confidence. enjoyment, and a real sense of progress as you begin to read and speak.